Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back to another weekly discussion on what was called the Inn on Saturday. I now have decided that, you know what, I get a lot of questions about the Inn on Saturday and what does it actually mean. It actually means going within, checking within yourself first, really getting clear on how you feel within. I decided to do a little change up in the name, and this time I'm transitioning to Live Life Better. I think most people will resonate with that. It will still be about going within and checking in first. In this space and in this place, you and I get to press the reset button on our life. I'm your girl, Erica Wigley, coach and meditation instructor, and I'm so happy to be back with you. My intention is to make each series, if you will, each session, simple, easy, and effortless around meditation and mindfulness, so that you can integrate this practice into your daily life. That's the point of learning how to do this. In fact, it's not anything that you don't already innately know. It's truly about unpacking the layers of life that have us believing that we're less than who we are, and have us connected and attached to ego that rules our everyday existence. The more that we become aware of who we are and how we show up and what we're feeling, not being judgmental about how we feel, but creating awareness around how we feel is essential. Today's topic is the guru is you. The guru is you. There are 3 keys that I'll share with you today. Number 1 is to know who you are. Number 2 is to identify the blocks. And number 3 is to own your magic. Own your magic. Number 1, to know who you are. When we look at this topic around the guru is you, what does that really mean? Here's what I mean by that. Oftentimes we look outside of ourselves for the answer that we innately have within us. Knowing who we are means that we are committed to doing this work of figuring out what is it that we like, don't like, want, need. What are we aligned to and with? What doesn't resonate with us? In other words, what ain't our jam? It's just not our jam. Just like peanut butter and jelly go together for some people, or perhaps bread and butter, there are certain things that flow in a way that feels right. Yet, as human beings, we're attached sometimes to pain. And then we create this mental story around this pain that it becomes who we think we are. And here's what I mean by that. It means dating the same kind of guy or woman that didn't work out before, but their characteristics somehow seem attracted to you, just in another face, another form, but the same type of person you continue to attract. Until you identify and understand and clear out why you continue to make the same decisions over and over and over again, then and only then will you begin to make decisions that are best suited for who you really are. There's a softening that needs to happen within us. And when I say the decisions that we make that we tend to be attached to pain as opposed to what makes us feel good is to understand that we're human. So there's no judgment here. And the moment that we become attached to judging ourselves, beating ourselves up for doing the same thing over and over and over again, we don't allow grace to enter in. In this thing called life, we're supposed to figure it out. And that's okay. It's okay. Really, it is. It's like a baby who doesn't know how to crawl or walk yet. And eventually they learn how to do it. They fall down a few times before they master the art of walking. In fact, they fall down more than a few times. For some of us, that's how it is in life. That we have to fall down in order to get back up and take all of those lessons with us into who we are now so it can serve our greater good, our greatest good. I remember a time when, and I've shared this a few times before, that I had no idea. In fact, you know what? I'm going to share a different one with you. In this scenario, it's around dating. Who I am now and all of the lessons that I've learned along the way, I attract now a different kind of man. A different kind, even, of friendships. A different kind of work environment. So not just around dating, but just bringing all of the lessons and the wisdom and the understanding and the discernment with me in this stage of my life. It has served me well. But in my younger years, I was still crawling. I was still trying to figure it out. I would get back up and then somehow fall back down. And I spent so many years beating myself up, making the same decisions over and over and over again, falling into a victim story of who I thought I was. How many of you have known someone that has been there? Or perhaps you have been there too. Maybe in your secret, quiet place where nobody else knows that's how you feel inside. Or perhaps your closest of people know that information about you. And in those years, I remember saying to myself, there has to be a better way of living this thing called life. Because I can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. That is an equation that leads to insanity. Just doesn't make sense. So I was willing to release who I thought I was in order to embrace this vision of myself that I knew I could be. And in that transition point from who I was to who I wanted to be, boy, I tell you, there were a lot of tough lessons in between that. It meant that I had to release certain belief systems. It meant that I had to also release certain people. And that part right there, that is one of the hardest lessons for me. Because sometimes love doesn't mean that you have to stick around. I hope that resonates with you. Sometimes when you love someone, it doesn't mean that they are right for you. Whether that be in a love relationship, dating, marriage, whether that be in a work environment. You might love what you do, but you are around the wrong team in order to thrive. Maybe their corporate culture isn't in alignment with who you are. And while you love your job, the environment is not conducive for you to stick around. And in making a shift, that is not always easy. But yet, you have to lean into what's uncomfortable in order to embrace the possibility on the other side of that. Which then leads me to key number 2. Identify the blocks. The more that you become aware of why you make those decisions, what attracts you to making that kind of decision? What thought do you need to have? What belief system do you now need to have in order to do and attract and become something different? And when I mean different, I mean what serves your greatest good, what is in alignment with your soul, what lights your soul on fire. That's what I mean. The other thing is to ask yourself, where have I given away my power, and to whom did I give it to? This topic is around the guru's you. Understanding that you are at the helm of everything that you create in your life. That's some juicy stuff. And the moment that we release giving away our power to someone else and something else, including our past, let me pause right there. How many times have you given away your power to something that has already happened? So your mindset is still stuck on what happened last year, on what happened 2 years ago, on what happened 5 years ago, on what happened in your childhood. And all of your energy and your happiness you have trapped in your past. And that time point has already passed you by. And all you have is right now. And yet you are living, but you are barely alive. That. The moment that we release the grip from our past, the moment that we release the grip from those who we thought had our back, the moment we release the grip from those experiences, we will be open enough to receive something better. And that right there is an absolute fact. Take back your power. Take it back. Take it back. Release anything that no longer serves you. Period. End of story. Step into the power of who you are. The guru is you, and always has been. Always has been. The third is to own your magic. When I say that the guru is you, it doesn't mean that you don't lean on wise counsel. I have a few people that I highly regard. In fact, several people that I highly regard in my life, and who I attracted into my life the moment I released the old story of victimhood, the old story of who I thought I was. Now I created room for something better and new people to enter in, new experiences to enter in, and my life started to shift. While I didn't realize it then because I was still stuck in pain, my life was actually moving forward. And each baby step led to bigger steps until I started to see the results. Leaning on wise counsel is important. It's not separate from you being your own guru. In fact, you need a team of wise counsel around you as you rise into the greatest, your greatest self. I hope that resonates with you. I hope you get that. I hope that locks in and seals into your soul that if there is ever one thing in this message, and hopefully there are more, that resonated with you, then let it also be known that yes, you are the guru, and yes, you need even wiser counsel around you. It's also important to say in this third key of you owning your magic, that in order for you to understand that you are your own guru, it also means that you must be aware of your own internal GPS system, that God protection system, that internal navigation system that leads you on this path called life. The moment that you quiet your own internal noise, which is why I do these weekly or almost weekly meditation and mindfulness sessions, is to train you into this state of being, you will become more able to master your life. Getting in tune with how you feel, understanding what your triggers are, being aware of what your mindset is doing to you, because it's always doing something. The key is to also realize that you are not your thoughts. Those thoughts of despair, those thoughts of depression, sadness, anxiety, feeling less than who you are, those thoughts are not who you are. Because if you are able to recognize that you're having this thought, then what in you is doing the recognizing? The minute I got that, life started to shift for me. The minute I understood that because I was aware of these thoughts in me, then I needed to tap into what is this awareness? Because that right there, that's some awesome stuff right there. Now, that's what I want to gain even more connection with. That's what I want to be able to tap into in each moment of my day, so that I'm not succumbed by the thoughts that don't serve me. And as human beings, we have a brain. We're designed to think. We're going to have thoughts. Therefore, we must guard our thoughts at all times. Because there are a lot of things that we're drawing upon, whether that be from our past and how we were raised and what we saw growing up, and that somehow became attached to our own mindset and thinking and belief system, things that really don't serve you, nor did it serve them. Or perhaps it's in your life as an adult that framed your thinking. Perhaps you now have a more fixed mindset as opposed to a growth mindset in life. So we must always guard our thoughts at all times. And the moment that old thought starts creeping up, you know what those thoughts are. You know in the quiet of the night what those thoughts are. And even in the blaring sun, you know what those internal quiet thoughts are that don't serve you. And the moment that starts creeping up, it is your duty, it is your responsibility to stop it. Even if it means that you have to say to yourself, I'm not going there today. I am not going there today. No. Not now. And my intention is not ever. Even if you have to talk yourself through it, even if you have to walk yourself through it to release that energy, find measures, find tools that can assist you to release old patterns of thinking. This week, I decided to go back to the gym after quite some time. I hired a health coach because I realized I need support in that area after working so many hours each day and for years. It's starting to weigh on me. So I reached out to a friend of mine, Danita. And Danita suggested her health coach that she's worked with and has gotten really good results. So I hired a health coach, and one of the suggestions is for me to start working out again. And I haven't worked out on weights since I moved back to New York in 2019. And I used to go to the gym all the time and work out on weights at least 4 days a week. So I started that this week. And the first day sitting in that chair, doing my strength training, there was a mirror right in front of me, and I watched myself and I said, gosh, you know what? I miss this. I miss doing this. And I realized what my body was telling me. That all of a sudden, the little stress that I was carrying, or a lot, started to release. I could feel it release. That the thing that I had enjoyed doing for so many years, that I stopped doing when I moved back to New York in 2019. And I allowed COVID to completely switch my practice of wanting to go to the gym in fear of getting COVID. The moment that we understand what we need and are willing to take one step forward, I'm not talking about a Herculean effort here or a marathon, because life is not a marathon. It really isn't. Well, life is a marathon, not a sprint. So I'm not talking about you having to do everything all at one time to get to where you are. You just have to take one step, just one step. Find out what that one step is for you to lock in, to reconnect, to enliven the essence of who you are. In this moment, I think it's important to wrap up our mindful session and then enter into breathing exercise and meditation. For those that are new on today's session, thank you so much for joining. I really am grateful that you're here, and I hope that you will come back again and invite other people that you know to this mindful session on Saturdays. As we talk about the Guru as you, have a moment of pause today to think about your own connection with your own internal brilliance. And I'm not talking about being smart or intelligent. I'm talking about the true essence of brilliance. What makes you amazing. Connect with that and allow that to lead your life. You will most definitely see a change for the better. My intention each and every week is to make these mindful sessions simple, easy, and effortless so that you can integrate these practices into your life and start seeing changes. The whole thing about life is about growth, and if we're not growing, then we are, in fact, hindering ourselves. There is no other way to say it. There is always something for us to work on. Always. Always. That's why we're here. We're here to evolve into our greatest self, not stay the same. Not to repeat old patterns that our family did, but to level up. To level up and to make it better for our children, and for our children to make it better for their children, and for each generation to do the same. That your entire bloodline begins to be purified. That those old patterns, those old habits that were trapped in your bloodline, your ancestors, are now cleared out through you. And your children continue to do the work, and so on and so forth. Here's the beauty of doing this work, is that while you are evolving yourself and ultimately the evolution of your family, it also evolves the planet, because who you are now and who you show up as in this world is different. So you never know who you're influencing, who you're inspiring, who you're motivating into action to level up to. That collectively, as an entire planet, we begin to shift and evolve and improve. And that's what all of this stuff is about. Right now, the world is going through a lot. It's going through a major shift politically, economically, racially, environmentally. So many different things are coming to its head, and it feels like a lot, and it is a lot. And that's why these mindful sessions are important, because it helps us to release some of the things that we're feeling, holding on to, that we don't even realize that we are. Don't even realize how we're impacted by the conditions around us, which makes us more stressed, which makes us more uneasy, which makes us snap at someone when we really didn't want to do it, but we're holding on to so much. These mindful sessions are designed to enrich your life. Enrich your life. Let's get ready to lock in and seal in today's session. I'd like for you to get comfortable in your seated position, ensuring that you're in a chair that is comfortable to you, or wherever you're sitting, whether it's on the floor. Perhaps you're sitting in lotus position with your legs crossed. That's okay. You can do that too. But what I would like you to be mindful about is that if you are sitting in a couch and it has a lot of cushion and you find that you're sinking into your chair, sinking into the seat, then that affects your posture. So what I'd like for you to do is change where you sit so that your back is aligned, so that your shoulders are rounded out. Okay, making sure that your shoulders are not slouched over but rounded out is important. Also, let's check in with our face. Oftentimes we carry a lot of stress in our face and we don't realize it. And carrying stress in the face creates premature aging. It just does. So let's pay attention to this part of our face, just checking in with our jaw. Noticing if we're clenching down, clenching our teeth down in any way, that's a sign of stress. Notice if you are grinding your teeth, especially if you're grinding it at night, that also is a sign of stress. So be mindful of what's happening right here. Release any tension, release the upper and lower palate of your mouth so that there's a little space in between the two. Now bring your attention to the corners of your eyes. Notice if you're squinting in any way. Sometimes when we have a lot on our mind, we tend to have that serious look. You know that look. Whether it's a look that you have, or perhaps that you've seen from someone else. So let's be mindful of what's happening right here. And just soften this area of the face, bringing awareness to it. And now bring your attention to your eyebrows. Notice if you're frowning in any way. Another area that we tend to carry stress when we're upset, right? Another serious look. That can create a wrinkle right here, a wrinkle line right here. So just release any tension that you may have in that part of your face. Now check in with how you're breathing. Notice if you're breathing using your upper chest muscles. Okay? Just notice if you're doing a lot of upper chest breathing. Okay? That also is a sign of stress. Our body is so intelligent that it adjusts to how we feel based on our emotions. So now that we're aware of that, we get to adjust how we breathe so that our body can be and return to its proper alignment. Allowing yourself to inhale and receive all of the air, not trapping it in the upper part of your chest, but actually allowing the air to sink down low into your lungs, expanding your diaphragm, and being more mindful of the breath. Taking a moment to really understand how this body works and the beauty by which it works. Even this is a meditative moment, just observing the breath, slowing down and just being mindful and checking in with yourself and asking yourself, how am I breathing today? How am I breathing today? And then adjusting how you breathe to slow it down, dropping the air down low, as I said, into the lungs, expanding the diaphragm, and then exhaling. In this breathing practice, you'll breathe in through the nose and out through your mouth. So let's do it together. Breathing in through the nose, slow, steady, and easy. And exhaling through the mouth, slow, steady, and easy. Be sure that on the exhale, you can hear yourself breathing. The sound of your own breath is also relaxing. It's no different why babies like to keep their head on their mother's chest or their father's chest. They can hear them breathe. And no different than babies hearing their mother's breath when they're in the womb. So it's really relaxing, even for yourself. So let's breathe in again through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathing in again through the nose. And out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Notice the shift in your body. Just simply notice how you feel now versus when you first started. Let's breathe in again through the nose. And out through the mouth. relaxing your arms, relaxing your shoulders, and just being aware of what your body is communicating with you right now. With eyes closed, internally scan your body from head to toe. Let's breathe in again through the nose, slow, steady, and easy. And exhale through the mouth, slow, steady, and easy. Ensuring that you can hear your breath on the exhale. Let's breathe in again through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Breathing in again through the nose. And exhaling through the mouth. One more time, breathing in. And breathing out. We'll now go deeper into our meditation. Please continue to keep your eyes closed and bring your awareness and attention to the center of your chest and your heart center. Just being aware of what's happening right here in the center of your chest. I'll ask you 4 soul questions designed to help you clarify who you are, what you want, what you're grateful for, and what your purpose is. The first soul question is, who am I? Who am I? Allow whatever responses to come to you without trying to control or force them in any way. Who am I? The second soul question is, what do I really want? There's something percolating within you. Now's the time to give honor to what that is, what you really, really want. Allow whatever responses to come, whether it be in the form of a sensation, an image, a feeling, or a thought. However it comes, just be open without trying to control the answer in any way. What do you really want? third soul question is, what is your purpose? What is my purpose? In other words, what are you called to do in this world, in this life? What's your calling? What's your purpose? Allow whatever responses to come to you again, whether it be in the form of a feeling, an image, a sensation, or a thought. The final soul question is, what are you grateful for? Gratitude is a beautiful practice that opens the door for you to really give honor and appreciation for what you already have, which creates the condition to receive even more things to be grateful for. In this moment, just list all of the things that you're grateful for. Please release all of the questions and answers and return to the natural inflow and outflow of your breathing. Again, bringing all of your attention and awareness to your heart center. Just notice the rise and fall of your chest as you're breathing in and breathing out. We'll now go even further into our meditation. I'll introduce today's mantra. Today's mantra is So Hum. So Hum. As you breathe in, silently repeat the word so. S-O. And as you breathe out, silently repeat the word hum. H-U-M. Hum. Repeating so as you breathe in and repeating hum as you breathe out. If you notice that your thoughts have drifted to sounds in the environment, sensations in the body, just bring all of your attention back to repeating today's mantra. Repeating so on the inhale and hum on the exhale. Repeating your mantra silently, almost as though it's a faint whisper in your mind, without moving your lips or your tongue. Please continue meditating. I will mind the time and let you know when the meditation is up. Please release today's mantra and return to the natural inflow and outflow of your breathing. Allowing yourself to just rest. Resting in awareness. Resting in existence. Resting in bliss. Existence, awareness, bliss. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Just rest. I'll now introduce today's intention. As I repeat the intention, allow it to flow through your entire body. And silently repeat the intention with me. Today's intention is loving, compassionate heart. Loving, compassionate heart. When you're ready, please place the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Having a moment of reverence right here. Having a moment of gratitude right here. And when you're ready, please bow in gratitude to your soul for today's practice. And slowly open your eyes. And slowly raise your head. And extend the blessing, Namaste. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you for joining today's mindful session and meditation. Today's topic was centered on the guru is you. The guru is you. The first key is to know who you are. The second is to identify the blocks in you connecting with your own greatness, your own inner teacher, your own guru. And the third is to own your magic, to own your magic and to connect in with your own internal GPS system. And to understand that that's enough. That you were born enough. You have enough. You are enough. And there is nothing and no one that can change that. It is just a matter of you stepping into your own brilliance with confidence. Not second guessing yourself, but being assured of yourself. You can find me here each week, or most Saturdays at 8:30 a.m., in which I do share a mindful topic that leads into a breathing practice to settle down our mind and body, and then I enter into meditation. I'm so grateful to have you here. Please invite someone that you know. Please also follow me on YouTube at my YouTube channel, which is Rise 360 Coaching and Consulting. You'll see a catalog of all videos that I've done on this mindful session, or these mindful sessions. Also, please check out my bio on Instagram if you'd like to sign up for my free video series on how to live better. It is called A Mental Shower. So when you click on my bio, it takes you to a Linktree page. That first link at the top is a link that will take you to a page to sign up to receive my free training. Okay? I'd love to be able to offer that to you. Thank you again for joining. I am so grateful, so grateful that you're here. And as usual, if you want to live better, and I'm sure that you do, then just know that this space and this place is where your journey begins. I'll see you next week.